Angry Punk Bronx Kid. It's been my screen name since 2007. Um, Here's why that's stupid, and 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 dumb, which is different than stupid. So I've never lived in New York ever, not even New York State, never. I was born and raised in a small town in Iowa, and that has been my truth for what, like 90% of my life, with a brief stint living in Las Vegas. I have never even visited New York. Never once. So why is my name Angry Punk Bronx Kid? It's That's why we're here. It's come up constantly. So let's crack into it, huh? Um, so this isn't actually my first YouTube channel. When I was a kid, I had this other YouTube channel called uh, Bronathere, and I would post, I don't know, just cringy high school shit, I guess. I don't know. And it didn't go anywhere. I don't know. I entered a contest once for Heinz, and I got like a trophy ketchup bottle, and that was the highlight of that channel's career. So during this time, I took the bus to school. I was really unique in that regard. And I would sit in the back with like the kind of edgier scene kids, the emo kids. And when you're in high school, you kind of just see what you can do to find some niche success socially. Um, and what I would do is I would do like stupid cartoon voices, to impress the cool kids in the scene group. And what I would do, the one that got the most success with those kids, was I would talk in this like Bronx accent, which is just an impersonation of Carl Bertalanowski from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, which I got good at because I liked that character so much. Why? He wasn't really a role model, right? But I think it was just because the cartoon voice was so fun. And so I would like tell these stories with this voice. I would be like, "Hey, what you do? What you like boobies? Like stupid stuff that kids would laugh at, right?" And they liked it a lot, and they I can't remember if they said that I should, or if I was like, "Oh, this is really killing it. This is peak comedy. I'm gonna make a YouTube channel." But I made a YouTube channel for this persona, and so I did, and it was Angry Punk Bronx Kid, right? Because that's what the character was called, Angry Punk Bronx Kid. It was like, because he was always mad about something, I guess, because you're in high school, you're mad. So this character was mad because I was raging on hormones. It was my drug of choice at the time. So I would think about some like bits, and then I would go home, record those bits, put it on YouTube. I had the worst webcam in the world, and I sure did try my hardest, but it was really nothing. It got like a weird amount of internet success though. Like big time folk kind of dug it for whatever reason. I don't think it was that funny, because here's the thing, is that you can say a lot about me as a person, but one chief hallmark of my personality, of my character arc, is that I do believe I've progressed my sense of humor beyond what I thought was funny as a high schooler, which, is, oh, the cats are at the door. Um, so, and here's why this is confusing. So, years and years went by, and like I said, hey, I'm gonna get those cats. Oh boy. Hi. Off you go. So here's why this is confusing, right? So as years go by, you change, obviously. You don't view what you thought was funny as funny. I spit a little. There are some things I said as that persona that I don't think hi that I don't think was acceptable, that I don't think was all that funny. This poor cat is so thirsty for attention. And so I found myself deleting those videos one by one, and then eventually they're just all gone. So now it's the cattail. Hey, can you go away? I love these cats so much. So I ended up deleting all those videos because they didn't really represent me as a person anymore. They didn't really represent my sense of humor. They just kind of didn't represent me, right? And when you're growing up, it's not like you're told uh, what branding is, what marketing is, or any of the like these things. I started YouTube when I was really young, uh, and there are just some things you don't understand. Like you don't understand uh, if you build a brand around a persona, you can't just like midway through shift gears completely. You can't just be like, okay, well, this channel's named after this persona, but we're not doing that persona anymore. And that's a thing that's come up a lot during my career, is that I will go through and old videos will make me cringe of mine. So I decide, well, I'll delete it. It makes me uncomfortable, so I'll delete it. I don't want that up anymore. But that's not what you're supposed to do. That's just, I mean, there's some things like if you post neo-Nazi shit and you don't want to contribute to that. I didn't do that, but if you do that, um, and you no longer hold those views, sure, delete them. But mine were just like, my videos weren't well done, so I deleted them. And now I'm 29, and I wish I could see them. I want to go back. I want to go back and look at those Angry Punk Bronx Kid videos because, you know, I was a kid. I'd like to. There was some cringy shit, yes, of course. When you're a high schooler, you do cringy shit. And of course, I know that going deep in, but I'd be down. I'd be down. I'd be down to like look at them and just see what young Billa was up to. Being a fucking nuisance is what he was up to. And there's other videos too that I deleted that they weren't cringy ideologically, but they were cringy like technical wise. That I think that would have been cool to look at. But so the point being is my screen name is based on something that essentially no longer exists. It's one of the multitude of videos that I deleted over the decades? No.